Rick, what stood out to you about Johnny Furphy so far in these couple days as he enters his second season?
He's gotten stronger, he's gotten bigger, I think he's gotten taller. He's obviously a hard worker. He does a lot of things system-wise that really help us with speed, rebounding, pressure on the rim, and defensively he's improved.
How much are you seeing just the added muscle, the added weight make a difference? What are some things you can do just because of the physical development?
I mean, you saw some of the stuff this summer,
Right, sure.
for the highlights from the summer league. There was one today you probably see on Instagram a little later. He's a fearless athlete. He attacks. He attacks everything. He's unafraid. He's tough, and every day gets better.
It's a position like he that you can see if you had to find anywhere to the floor, and if that
Yeah.
give him that.
Natural NBA position is probably 3, but he can play 4, and he's also played 2. So I think he has the ability to do both, or do all 3, I should say. And he's got a good feel for the game too.
Daylon mentioned playing for you all those years ago with Dallas. Even though you've evolved and played differently now than that team does, and he's gone through his own sense, how much does having experience with somebody like that before still help when they rejoin you all those years later?
Well, yeah, he's had a nice career. He's been 9 or 10 years in the league. Look what he did with New York last year. I mean, he was ready during the playoffs, came in. I thought he performed very well. He's unique, he's got real length. He's a very good rebounding guard. He shoots the 3 a lot better than people think. And he gets places with the ball. And so, with our situation and the possibility that an additional veteran guard could really help us, I mean, this is a good situation for him.
It's only the first few days, obviously, in the camp. First few days in the camp, but center position, kind of curious how you've kind of seen that, have you seen that play out these first few days, and kind of what things you'll be looking for just throughout the season as far as how you see that breakdown?
Well, we get 4 guys that all do some different unique things that help us. Isaiah is a rim pressure runner, rebounder who can pass and drive the ball. Wiseman is a guy with great size, rebounding ability. He puts a lot of pressure on the rim, on rim runs, and he can block shots. Tony Bradley's a very good all-around player, and his three-point shooting has gotten way better. And so he's a factor. And then Jay Huff is a three-point shooting rim protected 5-man in the NBA, which is something that everybody needs if they can't have it. And so, there's a chance we could play a lot of guys. I don't know that we'll play 4. But I don't know the last 4 on the team. But we could play 2 or 3 every night.
You talked about the podcast, talk about the Dallas team that you sort of have on committee, the center position there. And what kind of traits or things does it take for guys to sort of buy into that? So we can do 2 or 3 different guys nightly, and basically, do you see that kind of these guys that they're willing to buy into that sort of system?
Yeah, we have good guys. These guys are good guys. They've all demonstrated that they're team guys. So I don't see any issue there. The way we've approached it with them is that you guys are a team that has to cover this position for us, and you got to compete hard against each other on the one hand, but on the other hand, you got to support each other, and everyone's got to do their job. And so they're great guys. No doubt that that's what the approach will be from their standpoint.
You and Obi have like a connection, don't you?
I would say since he's gotten here, and the units change a lot, but Obi's been pretty constant in my group. The the chemistry we have on, and even off the floor. We're pretty good friends off the floor. But on the floor, you kind of know how to play off one another, and I know where he's going and vice versa. It's a good little connection we have.
How have you seen the growth of the rest of the Chef, Jarrett? You've seen the growth of those guys before, but how have you seen that growth?
Yeah, I mean, just another year under everyone's belt. Like the guys you mentioned, even the rookies, they're coming in and they're playing fearless, playing hard, and that's all you can really ask. It's good to see everyone out there getting better and just playing alongside one another.
Dalen mentioned that you two have gone against each other so much, being in the East and reserves basically your whole careers. What stood out to you about him as an opponent that you now have?
Which is Dalen?
Dalen, yeah.
I mean, I've been playing against him since college, and I mean, he's just a great player. I know when we played against him last year in New York, he changed the series. Him and Landry Shamet changed the series a little bit. Just by the way he defends, he gets after it and plays really hard, and that's what we do here. So he fits right in.
What do you have you played with him at all in any of these units so far? I know that he's kind of toggled between 1 and 2 so far, and so how did that feel for you?
I haven't got the chance to play alongside of him, but I would say it would probably be pretty seamless. He's a selfless guy and makes things easy for his teammates.
I heard Furphy had quite the dunk today. What did you think of it?
It was pretty spectacular, I'm not going to lie, for a white guy. No, in all seriousness, it was pretty awesome, and Ty's going to tell you it was because he was wearing his shoes. So it was. Furphy's got some bounce, so it was good to see him attack the rim like that, and especially finish it that way.
You say, where are the great white hoop standings right now between you and Furphy?
I mean, if he does that in the game, I don't think I'm ever catching Furphy in the great white hoop standings.
How much of a difference has it made just the muscle he's put on, and how much growth have you seen? What are the things he can do now that he couldn't a year ago?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think you said it. I mean, you can see he's changing his body for the better, and just the confidence that he's playing with on both ends of the floor just looks more comfortable. The game's slowing down, and typically that happens when you get a year under your belt. The continuity's there with our coaching staff and the offense we're running and the defense, and he's been in the gym and putting in the work, and it's showing.
What's the difference in defensively? How much is that making a difference as far as that?
Honestly, he's always really been able to guard. He really competes at that end and is a smart defender, and can really slide his feet and stay in front of guys. I think it's an underrated part of his game that if you don't watch him every day, he can really defend. So, especially a guy at his size, that length is something that we can really utilize.
Are you seeing, I guess, that kind of group of young wings, Shep, Jarris, are they pushing each other at this point? Are you seeing a lot of fight among them, basically, and instead they're kind of raising everybody's level?
I think not only there, but in every position, but especially in that position you named, we got guys just competing against each other, pushing each other, and getting each other better, and that's all you can ask.
How has Jay Huff felt in your unit so far?
He's been going to different units, but when he's played with us, I would say it's pretty easy to play with us. Kind of just get out, run, shoot when you're open, rebound, and he's done all the things the coaches have asked him to do. And it seems like he's getting more comfortable.
Is that what they're doing with the centers? So you're just kind of moving around just to try to make sure everybody gets kind of experience with everybody?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a thing that happens in training camp a lot, not just with the bigs, but just guys in general. I know Furph was on a different group yesterday, and he was on our group today. And it just changes just to see how lineups work.
Just basically how's progress so far in practice? What's it wanting to get back with these guys? What kind of progress you feel like
Yeah, it's been fun getting back, hooping, bouncing off the guys, getting up and down, having a feel for the games, getting back in the gym. I have a lot of fun with these guys, so it's been seamless.
To what extent can you see how this team might operate differently? Is that something you can pick up on?
How it's going to be different?
Yeah.
I mean, you're losing a big playmaker like Tyrese, so you got to fill in that void. I mean, that's more of a question of coach. I haven't really looked at all the things yet. I'm going to kind of see how it gets different as it goes.
How much has been playing point guard again been fun for you? Just being back to that position?
Yeah, I feel like it's been a natural position for me growing up. Always had the ball in my hands, always been wanting to play, make for myself and others. So, just a
fun experience.
Does training camp have any sort of different feeling now that you are in that role and doing, being that distributor for that unit?
Not necessarily, no. It's about getting in with the guys, creating that chemistry, having fun hooping again, competing, bringing good energy at the group. I think we've done a good job of that.
What do you hope at that position, whether it's your passing or shooting, that you can really take out of it and apply, even if you go back to playing next to Ty in future seasons?
I mean, I could just take in the experience and the reps of having the ball in different situations. I think that will ultimately make me a better player going forward. I mean, the way we play offense is very random. Everybody's catching the ball in different spots, so I think it will help.
You had many reps.
Each position.
You had many reps going against Daylon in camp so far, and if so, what's his defense been like? No, Daylon, right? Sorry, you just
Daylon, right?
Yeah. What's his defense been like so far to go against?
We haven't got many reps against each other, but I played against him in the league a bunch of times. Real good with his hands, veteran, knows angles and physical. Knows how to play the game on both sides.
What's the most important thing you got to do just to maintain the level of pace you guys have played? As far as kick aheads and stuff like that, what have you kind of learned from being around time that it takes to maintain that kind of thing?
We all got to run. We got to run, fill the corners wide, deep. We got to kick the ball ahead. We got to push it with pace. It's a group collective thing.
Do you feel like you guys' style of play will still look very similar to the last few years, or do you think there are a lot of ways this year you guys will still, be different? I change that up. Yeah, will it still look like the same kind of style of play, as far as the principles of it, or do you think because you bring different strengths to it, you got to kind of lean into what you can do?
No, we're doing the same things. I mean, we're still trying to push the pace, play random. A lot of guys, different guys touching the ball, a lot of different actions. So I don't think there's been much change.
You think you can get to that pace from last year with this group this year?
You guys worried about that?
No, I'm not worried. I'm curious if you think it'll be exactly the same.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're trying to do. Yeah.
What's impressed you about Furph so far in this camp? Basically, how have you seen him just grow with all the muscle he's put on and the years he's had?
No, I think you just, there's a comfortability coming after your first year. You know things a little bit better. You're just more comfortable. It's more slowing down on both sides for him. So he's looking good out here. He plays hard on both sides. He's young. He's going to continue to get better and better as reps come and experience comes.
What about his dunk today?
It was solid. Saw it coming. Got it back. Looked like someone didn't go.
Have you had conversations with your brother about the start of training camp for him, and what's it like to have two of you in the NBA?
Yeah, it's cool. It's very cool. We've been talking every day pretty much. He's having a lot of fun, just embracing the experience his first year. I just tell him to go be yourself, compete hard as shit, show that you want to be there, show that you care about winning. And he's a natural at that type of thing.
Kind of a presence. Saw Ty just here rebounding, still talking. Kind of what kind of a presence has it been so far for y'all during camp, and even for you personally? He's going to be out this year. How much do you expect him to be around and helping you guys?
Great presence. His energy is contagious, and it's nice to have him around, even though he's not playing. It just gives an extra boost to the group. And he's someone that's always going to have a keen eye for the game, and he didn't have his opinions on things, so it's nice to bounce things off throughout the game.
Saw the dunk. Was it as awesome to you as it has been to everybody else who's talked about it today?
No. I mean, I'm just trying to be as aggressive as possible. I thought it was good training, but I think we're getting a little better.
How does year two feel different for you than you did at this time last year going through these camp practices?
It's nice. It's nice kind of knowing the concepts already. Got a feel for the way we play and our standard and our culture. It's nice not having to kind of learn everything all at once. So I'm feeling more comfortable.
We talked a lot about the muscle, the weight you put on. How are you seeing a difference now in camp? I mean, is it different?
Sort of what I thought.
Do you see more in a camp situation as opposed to what little practice you get to do during the season?
I'd say the biggest thing I've noticed is just I'm feeling more comfortable on defense. Kind of holding my ground more. Kind of can absorb contact easier. I'd say that's the biggest thing I've noticed. Just feeling,
What did it take there? And obviously you've been able to carry it without too much of a problem. Certainly it doesn't seem like it's cost you anything explosion-wise.
Yeah.
What did you have to do to learn how to carry it and to get used to carrying it?
I mean, I think all the credit goes to Eric in the weight room. He's put me on a great program. It's very individualized. He knows exactly where I need to be, and he kind of sees my potential without taking away any athleticism.
Was that more muscle-based, diet-based, both? How did it come to
It's a combination. Yeah, definitely.
be? Were you used to eating that much?
Well, yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm trying to eat as much as possible, but I'd say a lot of my weight comes from putting the work in. I'd say if I'm eating more and doing less, I'm like in the weight room, I'm not really putting much weight on. So, yeah, all the credit.
A lot of people have mentioned you as somebody who stood out to them so far compared to last year.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you to have that sort of attention?
It's encouraging, but and again, it's just preseason, so I'm excited for start getting into preseason games. But yeah, I'd say it's pretty encouraging.
Just to go back on this defensively, I mean, it seems like I was just talking to Rick. You can play in position 2 to 4. How important is it for you to guard every position 2 to 4? And what do you feel like that looks like for you, being able to guard bigger guys, smaller guys? So how do you get good at all of it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a responsibility. Being able to guard multiple positions, that's something I've always been wanting to do. Now I'm feeling more comfortable. I've still got a long way to go. Knowing my role in our system, that's going to be super important. But yeah, I think the biggest thing is just being solid as possible, not just reliable. Yeah.
You seem to downplay it, but your teammates did not. Did your reactions to the dunk, did that make you laugh in any way?
Yeah, it's cool. It's nice. Nice, all the guys getting around me.
Did the player it was on have a positive reaction to it?
Sure.
That doesn't seem like you're telling the truth.
Well, no, I don't actually know.
With you mentioned role, I mean, obviously it seems like it's sort of kind of 3 young wings, you, Jarris, and Shep, kind of for 2 spots there. Do you view it that way, and how do you view the challenge of either trying to win a spot or just trying to get minutes within that situation?
I'm not viewing it as kind of win a spot. It's more just kind of trying to put my best foot forward, show everyone that what I can do. Feeling, I've got support, that people kind of see my potential. And again, I'm young. I've got a long way to go, so I hope people can see that. Yeah, that's all I'd say. Yeah.
You talked a lot about just hitting more open shots, stuff like that. I mean, that's obviously been a strength of yours coming up. Imagine you wanted to hit more than you did in your rookie years. What did you have to do to just kind of work on that, basically kind of get, kind of your stroke right, I guess, used to the distance and everything? What's it?
Yeah, it's a big adjustment. I'd say I'm still adjusting. It's easy knocking shots down in practice, but when you in like drills or whatever, but when it gets to live play with pressure, I think that's like going to be the hardest thing for me. Just kind of not going back to old habits, and But I'd say the biggest thing is just putting the work in.
What do you mean when you say not going back to old habits? Is there something that kind of threw you off? Or
I'd say I had some tendencies that I'm trying to move away from in my shot. Just little things that I'm trying to keep more consistent. Yeah.
This team used a lot of players last year, especially during the playoff run. How does that for you kind of like help sort of motivate you or keep you engaged? Just the fact that like during the playoffs, the bench was like a very crucial part. So is that kind of just like a motivating a factor to kind of keep you centered?
Definitely, yeah. I feel like coach has done a great job of keeping everyone ready. No matter who's playing, I feel like there always could be a scenario where coach is going to throw someone in. You don't really know who it's going to be, but it just depends on the night. Depends on who he thinks is going to give the most energy. That's kind of what I've picked up from last year.
What kind of a presence has Ty been for you guys so far throughout campus? Some kind of rebounding, talking as you guys are shooting there. Just like what has he added to you guys so far?
Yeah, he's been great. Definitely feel his presence. He's on the sideline every drill, every practice. So it's great to see him around the guys. Yeah, it doesn't feel like we're missing anything.
How are the Holly ones treating you so far?
I love them. Yeah, I love them.